Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about the Railroad game. The Railroad game was manufactured by Milton Bradley back in 1940. It runs for about 30 minutes of game time, seats 2 to 4 players, and is rated for ages 7 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? The Railroad game is a game of travel in which players start from New York and proceed across the United States to San Francisco, each playing piece representing a train. The object of the game is to reach San Francisco in the shortest possible time with the greatest number of passengers. Compared with contemporary board games of the modern era, this board game is a little different as the board is built into the bottom of the box. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with 4 wooden pieces, it comes with a spinner, and it comes with the board, which, like I said, is built into the bottom of the box. To start the game, a player must spin a 1 or a 2. If they do not spin a 1 or a 2, they lose their turn and the next player tries. When a player spins a 1, they are entitled to take on 20 passengers. If they spin a 2, they're entitled to take on 30 passengers. As soon as a player spins a 1 or a 2, they can then take their passengers, spin the dial again, and move their train the number of spaces indicated by the spin. A train must reach one of the 2 spaces in each city by an exact spin or lose their turn. Passengers are taken on and left according to the direction specified on each space in each city where the train stops. For instance, if a train stops in the first space in Columbus, they take on 10 passengers and leave off 5. If a stop is made on the first space and on the next turn 1 is spun, move the train to a second space and take on and leave passengers as directed. Trains must reach each red space by an exact spin or lose the turn. Trains stopping on yellow spaces lose 1 hour, and trains stopping on green spaces gain 1 hour. To pass any of the obstacles en route, a player must spin a number at least 1 more than the number of spaces indicated for the obstacle or lose their turn. Trains cannot pass each other except when resting on a red space or one of the other of the 2 city spaces. Neither can 2 trains stop on the same space unless it is in one of these spaces. To score this game, keep track of the number of passengers you've taken on and off, the hours lost and gained, and the number of points that you have, which the points will score 10 points for each passenger on your train at the arrival of New York when you start the game, 10 points for each hour gained on the trip. Your losses will have 10 points for each hour lost on the trip up to and including 5 hours, and then 20 points for each hour lost in excess of 5 hours on your trip. The player with the highest score wins the game. Well, this has been an overview of the Railroad game. The Railroad game is a very interestingly built game. First off, like I said in the past, the board is built into the bottom of the box, so it's the box condition does play a major factor on this game. The pieces are very light. The game is well built, but like I said, it has that very depression feel to it. So it is cheaply made. So from my understanding, not a lot of these games survived. The game itself goes online anywhere from about $30 to $100. It's a little on the rarer side. If you find a copy of this game, I would strongly recommend scooping it up. You're probably going to have to pay a fair amount for it if you can find it, but it actually is a pretty decent game. It has wood pieces. Like I said, it's a game from the 30s, 40s depression feel. The board is paper that's attached to the bottom of the box. It is well glued in, but like I said, the bottom of the box condition will play a major factor on this game. It is very, very light at first, so sometimes when you pick up this game, it doesn't feel like there's anything in the box. But I would strongly recommend picking this game up and taking a look at it. As for playthrough, this game gets really harsh really fast because of the
Spinner doesn't always cooperate with you, and then there's a lot of exact counts, so you can lose your turn relatively easily in this game. So if you haven't played the Railroad game before, I would recommend taking a look at it. If you can find a copy of it, like I said, it is a little on the rarer side. But if you haven't played this game, I would strongly recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out the Railroad game from Milton Bradley. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that we can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please, have a great gaming day.